Jill Duggar and Derick Dillard just purchased a new home. $2.9 million house price. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For Duggar Family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The Arkansas sun glistened over the expansive rolling hills of Springdale as whispers began spreading through town. Jill Duggar and Derick Dillard had done something shocking again. Only this time it wasn't a memoir, an interview, or a lawsuit. It was a purchase, a jaw-dropping, eye-raising, fan-shaking purchase. The couple had quietly bought a luxurious new home worth $2.9 million, and no one saw it coming. In a family where financial transparency was more instinctive than silence. This one slipped under the radar until a neighbor spotted the moving trucks and posted a curious photo online. Suddenly, social media exploded with speculation. Is that Jill's stuff? Did Derick win a case? Jim Bob must be fuming, but the truth, as always with the Duggars, was more layered than gossip could comprehend. The modern estate they purchased overshadowed the modest home Jill and Derick had lived in for years. The new property boasted high ceilings, marble floors, a grand foyer, an indoor gym, a backyard pool, and a gated entrance with camera security, a sharp contrast from the humble upbringing Jill was known for. The house sprawled over 7,600 square feet, sitting on nearly 4 acres of private land, framed by oak trees that whispered secrets of privacy and power. Local real estate pages described it as exquisite, rare, and architecturally refined. Some labeled it movie star style, but the biggest shock was that this luxurious abode now belonged to the daughter once considered the family's quiet missionary girl. Jill was glowing the morning they signed closing documents. Her voice reflected restrained excitement as she told a friend, "This is new. This is us. This is independence." Derick, wearing a subtle, smug smile, squeezed her hand with pride. He had worked hard. Law wasn't glamorous from the outside, but behind courthouse walls, case after case, hour after hour, he built a foundation strong enough to take this leap. Their financial win from his legal practice, paired with investments and the ripple effect of Jill's best-selling book, made this new beginning possible. But with success in the Duggar household came something else: noise. The news traveled fast to the family patriarch, Jim Bob Duggar. He paused when he first heard it. A new house, he repeated to himself, trying to digest the reality. His daughter, who had once walked away from the family's institution, had bought an estate bigger than most of his children's homes. Pride tugged at him, yet a sting of discomfort coiled inside. Jim Bob was a father of many, a man who built his life on control, frugality, and image. Seeing Jill succeed publicly, without his oversight, created an emotion he rarely experienced: uncertainty. Nevertheless, when he finally spoke to Michelle, his reaction turned outwardly positive. "It's good," he said. "I'm happy for them." "Really?" Michelle nodded, offering her warm, motherly smile, though she secretly wondered if this meant Jill was gone for good. Meanwhile, Duggar's siblings reacted in different tones. Jessa, sorting laundry at her kitchen table, saw a forwarded post from a friend. She sighed. "Well, that's big." Her husband Ben raised an eyebrow. "Must have taken a lot." Jinger, on the other hand, half whispered to Jeremy in Los Angeles, "I think Dad is conflicted." Joanna stared at the pictures online, thinking who would have imagined Jill living in something like that. The younger Duggars scrolled silently, found excitement mixed with envy. But inside the new home, Jill walked barefoot across polished floors, absorbing the surreal sensation of breathing in space that belonged to her. She remembered the years of public scrutiny, the emotional wounds from stepping out of her father's religious umbrella, the estranged conversations, the therapy appointments, trauma unpacking and rebuilding. Now, she held keys not only to a house but to a rival. This wasn't materialistic victory, it was symbolic freedom. Derick paced in the kitchen, imagining family gatherings by the long farm-style table. "I want this home to be filled with laughter," he said. Jill smiled, though she knew laughter didn't come without shadows. They both understood something deeper. The purchase would reignite attention from the family press, and fans who still treated their life like an ongoing television episode. Indeed, headlines began forming as tabloids and bloggers caught wind. Jill Duggar buys $2.9 million mansion. Revenge success, Derick cashes in. Jim Bob shocked one online forum exploded with debate. How can they afford that? Is TLC paying them secretly? This is a message to her father. And like clockwork, Jim Bob picked up his phone. The call came late evening. Hey Jill, I heard about the house. Jim Bob began, his voice soft but oddly rehearsed. Jill paused, unsure where the conversation would go. Yeah, Dad, we closed this week. Silence lingered before Jim Bob continued, I'm happy for you. It looks nice. It was perhaps the most diplomatic sentence he could muster. Jill felt herself exhale. Thank you. But Jim Bob wasn't done. Maybe sometime we can visit. Jill smiled politely, knowing visits carried invisible strings. We'll see, she answered, gently but firmly. Jim Bob ended the call with blessings, but hung up wrestling a storm of emotions. Regret, relief, irritation, pride, a tornado only Michelle fully understood. Days passed. Moving trucks unloaded furniture. Children ran across hallways, boxes piled against walls. Neighbors whispered with curiosity. Some recognized Jill from reality TV. One even sent homemade pie as a welcome gift. Jill appreciated the warmth, but guarded her private space fiercely. Inside her heart, however, Jill longed for something. Reconciliation. She didn't buy the house to flaunt or punish. She bought it to start healing in a place where she could breathe. The home, though grand, reminded her of why boundaries were built in the first place. Derick had his own stake in this purchase. For years, he pursued truth, first against the institution Jill grew up in, then toward public accountability. He endured discomfort and backlash, but justice gave him clarity. The house was perhaps his quiet victory, proof he could protect his family materially and emotionally. Meanwhile, Jim Bob's curiosity drowned his apprehension. He sat one evening on his porch swing and told Michelle, maybe I'll offer to help with setting up the security or something. Michelle nodded, placing her hand on his arm. She'll reach out when she's ready. Jim Bob's eyes shifted. I hope so. But more complications began emerging. Some siblings who aligned with the institution scoffed at Jill's success. She shouldn't brag, one muttered privately. Others admired her bravery, but feared being judged for acknowledging it. A tension formed, silent, invisible, between those who wished they could live like her and those conditioned to resent her independence. On social media, fans cheered Jill's milestone. She deserves this, one comment read. Others speculated Jim Bob must finally be proud. The irony? Jim Bob truly was proud. Quietly, but too conditioned to show it. By the first week of moving in, Derick hosted a small gathering for a few close friends, attorneys, advocates, mentors. Jill laughed over dinner, but later admitted, I wish my family could be part of this moment. Derick nodded, understanding but cautious. Healing required distance, not invitations. A poignant moment arrived when Michelle texted Jill, I'm happy for you, sweetheart. Your home is beautiful. Jill stared at the message long before replying, Thank you, Mom. You're welcome here anytime. But privately, she wondered whether her mother would come and whether she'd come alone. As days turned into weeks, the house transformed into a living symbol. Independence wrapped in luxury, healing stitched through walls, identity reclaimed beneath chandeliers. Jill's children raced across the yard. Derick set up his office overlooking the hills. Jill organized a quiet reading corner beside a window, sunlight cascading across pages. Soft irony for someone once silenced. Jim Bob, meanwhile, began telling relatives, I knew Jill would do well. His pride slowly overcame his discomfort. Perhaps, deep down, he always expected his children to thrive under his system. But Jill shattered the rules by thriving outside it. The first family visit came unexpectedly. Jinger sent flowers inscribed, Proud of you, sis. Jill smiled through tears. Thank you. Weeks later, Joanna arrived with cookies and hugs, stepping back to admire the house. "Wow, Jill, this is incredible." Jill embraced her sister tightly. "Come anytime." After months, Michelle's car pulled up the driveway alone. Jill stood at the door. Mother and daughter embraced in a long, fragile, healing hug. No cameras, no church eyes, just hearts, broken, mended, hopeful. They walked through the house together, Michelle admiring details, Jill watching her mother's reactions carefully. At the end, Michelle said, "Quietly, you did this without us. And I'm proud of you." Jill's eyes glistened. It was perhaps the approval she needed most. And what about Jim Bob? Eventually, after inner wrestling, pride softening, resistance lowering, he picked up his keys. The drive to Jill's house felt longer than mileage. When he finally reached the gate and walked toward the porch, Jill opened the door and smiled. "Hey, Dad." Jim Bob hugged her longer than expected. His first words inside, "You've done good." The new house didn't repair everything, but it began something new. Jill didn't build walls, she built a boundary. Derick didn't seek power, he sought peace. Jim Bob didn't lose control. He learned humility. Did I end time? Family dinners took place in the big kitchen. Michelle laughed at the kids' mischief. Joanna helped decorate. Jinger FaceTimed from LA. Jessa sent compliments from afar. Even Jana visited with gardening advice. Slowly, the tension softened, because sometimes success isn't rebellion, it's revelation. Still, beyond reconciliation, something deeper happened in Jill. She finally understood she wasn't the runaway daughter. She was the grown-up woman her parents raised. Except she grew beyond their picture frame. The $2.9 million mansion wasn't simply real estate. It was narrative reset that a girl once controlled had become a woman who built her own gates. A family once divided found new paths to peek through. A father once uncomfortable learned to applaud from the sidelines. A mother once sheltered learned to love without scripts. And a couple once dismissed stood in a breathtaking foyer full of sunlight. Hands held, whispering, "This is home." Anna Duggar's new baby is announced today. Josh is so excited, Duggar family. Anna Duggar's world shifted quietly, but dramatically today as whispers turned into confirmation. Anna has welcomed a new baby, and the Duggar household erupted into mixed emotions, tension, celebrations, and complicated family reactions. The Duggar family, known for its strict values and chaotic history, suddenly found itself in another media storm as the news spread beyond Arkansas circles. Yet this time, the twist lay not only in the baby's arrival, but in how Josh responded from afar, excited, emotional, and determined to be part of what he sees as redemption. Anna, who had spent months in near isolation, navigating motherhood under a shadow of public scrutiny, delivered her newborn early this morning. She had chosen privacy over spectacle, quietly stepping into a local birthing center with only her sister, her mother, and close confidants. What unfolded inside those walls was a mixture of relief, exhaustion, and a small hope that this child might symbolize something like peace, a rare commodity in the Duggar universe. By noon, phones began buzzing. A relative leaked the news first, hinting she's here, followed by more confirmations from Arkansas friends. What shocked many was the rumor that Josh, despite everything, was very excited, sending messages, asking for photos, begging for updates, claiming this child was a sign God was not done with him yet. Some family members rolled their eyes behind closed doors. Others privately wept at the thought of another child growing up under the shadow of a complicated past. Michelle Duggar reportedly cried tears of joy as soon as she got the call. To her, grandchildren are divine blessings, a reminder that God continues to multiply their legacy. Jim Bob responded in practical fashion. "Make sure the announcement is framed properly," he allegedly told a family group chat. The patriarch, known for controlling narratives, immediately began thinking about public spin, timing, and messaging, because Duggar news is never just news. It's an industry. Inside Anna's space, silence followed the final push. A nurse quietly placed the baby into Anna's arms. For the first time in months, Anna smiled without hesitation. Her face softened. Her voice shook as she whispered, "You're safe. You're mine." For Anna, survival has always been tied to motherhood. When her world falls apart, she builds routines around her children. This baby became the newest anchor in her storm, but celebrations were bittersweet. This pregnancy wasn't widely shared. The family had tried protecting Anna from online backlash. Only close relatives knew about appointments, cravings, and Anna's late-night emotional breakdowns when the weight of being a Duggar in exile felt too heavy. Today, however, everything changed. The family rushed to hospital doors they were asked not to crowd. Jana arrived with flowers. Jessa issued brief congratulations. Joanna texted heart emojis. Jill, estranged for years, sent silence. Unsure how to respond to a sister-in-law suffering inside a system, Jill herself escaped. Josh's side reacted differently. He asked for a name. They refused to give it yet. He requested a video call. Anna hesitated. A pastor urged her to allow it, citing forgiveness and restoration. She swallowed hard and complied, holding the phone at an angle where only the infant's wrapped blanket showed. Josh's voice cracked. "Thank you," he murmured. "I'm so proud." But pride clashed with public perception. Outside, social media ignited. How can she keep having babies? Does she really think this fixes him? She deserves peace, not more burden. Yet Anna stayed still, blocking the noise. She always believed her role was loyalty, a belief shaped by years under Duggar doctrine. Today that belief is both her prison and her comfort. The Duggar girls exchanged messages privately, debating what this means. "She'll be tied to him forever," one wrote. "She already was," another replied. Michelle, ever the family glue, insisted this is a miracle and that Anna needs support, not speculation. Jim Bob, however, dialed lawyers, asking whether new updates require guideline adjustments around visitation rights. Babies in Duggarland aren't just children. They are symbols, narratives, extensions of legacy management. Anna, exhausted but glowing, held her newborn close. She didn't care for lawyers or headlines. All she wanted was sleep and a life for her children where fear didn't knock at the door every time a reminder of their past surfaced. She whispered prayers over the baby, promises she knew would be hard to keep but needed to say. As family cars began arriving, the tension outside grew. Who gets entry first? Whose smiling post goes live before the others? Who uses the baby's arrival for image repair? Duggar news always comes with strategy. Anna, unaware of the frenzy, ate ice chips and stared at the tiny fingers gripping hers. Across the facility, Michelle ushered siblings into line, reminding them to speak softly, look thankful, avoid difficult questions. She squeezed Anna's shoulder gently, whispering, "You're doing amazing." Anna forced a smile. What she really wanted was to be alone with her baby, away from cameras and strategies. Later in the afternoon, Josh called again. Anna let it ring twice before answering. He asked for a better view of the baby. She turned the camera briefly. A tear rolled down Anna's cheek. She quickly wiped it. The nurse pretended not to notice. But here was the twist that changed the room. The baby, unlike previous deliveries, wasn't surrounded by Duggar photographers. Anna requested no public photos. For the first time, she drew a boundary. Jim Bob frowned but concealed it well. Michelle whispered, "We'll respect that." But respect in Duggar circles often has terms. Evening approached. Visitors left. The room dimmed. Anna rocked silently, replaying her decisions, her loyalty, her hurt. A nurse overheard her whisper, "I don't know what to do anymore." Hours later, a text from an unknown number arrived. A sympathetic message from a former Duggar friend urging Anna to seek independence, to protect her children, to redefine her life beyond Josh's mistakes. Anna read it 3 times. She didn't reply, but didn't delete it either. Night settled. Calm wrapped the room. Outside, Arkansas air chilled. Anna finally slept, her baby nestled against her. For a moment, she was just a mother, not a headline, but the Duggar storm never stays silent. By morning, tabloids already ran versions, Anna Duggar welcomes baby. Josh thrilled. Forgiveness on the horizon, new hope for Duggar restoration. Anna woke to buzzing phones. Michelle and Jim Bob planned a statement. Cousins typed congratulations online. Critics erupted with rage-filled comments. Supporters asked for pictures. Anna ignored all of it. She cradled her newborn and whispered prayers. Back in the prison waiting room, Josh told a chaplain that this child proved God wasn't done with him. Words that would later set fire inside online circles as soon as they leaked. The chaplain nodded politely. A guard rolled his eyes. That afternoon, Anna checked out of the birthing center under a coat, avoiding cameras. She rode home to a house full of 7 children excited to meet a sibling. The room erupted when they saw the baby. Their joy was pure, untainted by the adult world. Anna felt tears again, this time grateful ones. But beneath all excitement, reality sat heavy. No partner to help, no guaranteed peace ahead, no certainty about the future. Only faith and routine carried her forward.